Welcome.
Hello.
Hello.
Hiya.
It's the John Arvin Textiles vlog.
We're here. We're back.
It's the new year.
It is.
A little bit into the new year.
Yeah. January finally ended, didn't it?
It did.
It took a long time.
Oh, it always does.
It does.
It always does.
Yeah.
It always does. But it's quite nice doing a bit of hibernating.
It is, yeah. It's a good excuse to do some knitting, isn't it, really?
Exactly.
Yeah.
And
Hiding
then
in all our cozy jumpers.
yeah. And then after a bit of hibernating, you're like, that's
Time
enough.
to go outside for a damp walk.
Yeah, let's get soggy.
Exactly. But welcome. Thanks for joining us. My name's Sonia.
I'm Donna.
And I'm Helena.
And we all work here.
We do.
Yeah. When we remember.
Yeah. We're here most of the time.
Yeah.
Some of us more than others.
I work in my house.
I
work
you
in
do.
my house.
I know.
Supposedly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, we've got some fun things to tell you about.
We have?
do.
Yes.
We
Yeah.
do. New yarn and tops.
New exciting merch.
Yes. Exciting.
And the open weekend as well, of course.
Tickets
But
are available. And Laura is also going to show you how she tests our yarns
yeah.
in our very exciting testing shed.
How
Actual shed.
High tech.
it's very high tech.
John built it.
The latest technology from about the 1800s, I think, the testing wheel.
In a wooden shed.
Yeah.
It's very high tech, you'll see later. But we also thought we'd show you or tell you a little bit about our patterns because we always forget to do that.
We do.
And then
we?
invariably on every single YouTube video that gets posted, someone's like, "Oh, what's so-and-so wearing?" So,
Yeah. You can go first.
shall I go first?
You go first.
I mean, I've just got an oldie but a goodie on, so I have talked about it before. You probably can't see that much of it under me dungers, but it's my Down the Allotment jumper. I've been wearing it tons and it's doing really, I mean, there's a little bit of, there's a little bit of this occurring, but it's holding up really. It's doing well.
Had it more than 6 months now.
It's done really well.
I wear it probably once a week.
Yeah.
Maybe a little bit more. It's very cozy. I've been wearing it a lot this time of year. But yeah, it's in our open weekend special from last year, which was Down the Allotment. We've still got a little bit. Some of the colours have run out, but we've got some left. But actually, because I've been wearing this so much, I'm now starting to think,
Oh, you need one in the other colours.
Definitely. Yeah, that
I think
would be good.
I do. And
bright
Sam
one.
has made one in, I'll just grab it.
Oh, yes. This is
Sam's made a jumper in just this colour, Cavolo Nero, and my God, it's gorgeous.
It is
she brought
lovely.
it in to show us the other day, didn't she?
It's a very, very nice colour.
Now I think I might need a jumper sweater.
Yeah, definitely. I think me too. So if you want some, I would get it quick because we're going to
We're just going to take away the top home.
have some jumpers. Yeah.
Yeah,
Speaking of which, there is no left of this one.
because it's all, you're wearing it all.
Yeah, Helena knitted with everything.
Quite a lot. This is the Squish Aran Into the Light, and it's held double. It's so warm.
Yeah.
It's very good in the middle in the winter.
Perfect.
But yeah, it's just a big floofy cardigan. I can't actually remember what it's called, but it's by Jigsaw Knits, a Spanish designer. And then I put some insane buttons on. And again, the company that makes those is very weird. It's like Pigeon Wishes or something, but they're crazy little resin ones, and they've got different colours, and I've just alternated.
They look really pretty. Yeah, that's good.
Yeah, it's very, very warm and very, very cosy.
It's so soft, isn't it? Give us a go.
It's definitely squish.
Squish.
Squishy
It is
Really
squish.
squish is this.
Yeah.
But yeah. So yeah, unfortunately, none left of this colour. I think we've got a tiny bit left
Yeah,
of
a
the
little
dark
bit.
one, but
Not a lot.
no, Donna's probably going to steal the rest of
Yeah,
it.
probably.
You've stolen some already.
have
what are you
some.
planning on doing with it?
I'm going to knit a 2-colour work jumper called, I think it's Nova. I think it's a free pattern on Ravelry. I can't remember the designer, but yeah, it's a little bit of. So I'm going for the dark as the main colour, and the pale squish will be a little bit of colour work through. It looks really nice, actually.
Laura made a really nice colour work one in last year.
Yeah, she did. It was lovely,
It's
wasn't it?
beautiful, isn't
But she
it?
did the other way. She did the light one with the dark.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. Yeah, I
But were you inspired by one of our customers?
Actually, somebody did a Selene.
Oh, that's what.
That's the other one I am thinking. Yeah, I'm not sure it's the Selene or Nova. So, but today's knits, I have all the knits on. I've got my.
It's cold
It's
here.
been very chilly. I've got my Winter's Beach cardi on again, by Andrea Murray. This is our Yarnadelic worsted in Baddie Dart, and I love this. I wear it so much. It's really warm and so soft. And this is the Caveat Tea by Mayu. This was our Coleoptera special last year in the tans, in the green, and it's lovely. It's really nice. It's warm as well.
That was just a
It's
t-shirt. It's got no
beautiful.
sleeves. Yeah, it's just a t-shirt.
Which is why you need to.
I do need to, yeah.
Very good. So that's what we're wearing.
Today's.
We remembered to tell you.
We did.
And
Listen in and we'll tell you about some of the exciting things you can get.
shall we show the special new yarn and tops first?
Of which we've stolen only a little bit.
Yeah, only a
So
tiny bit.
far.
At the moment, yeah.
So the first thing we want to tell you about today is
Our dark matter range.
Yes.
Which some of you might have voted because
quite a lot of people voted.
They
Yeah,
did.
It was
They
very
did.
popular.
we have these
voting.
4 tops that Laura made.
Very pretty.
That she designed alongside Jack, and they wanted a space theme, so they did some very cool dark space colours. And we've got,
Sparkly
was it
silk.
Quantum and Galaxy,
Nebula,
yeah,
and Andromeda.
and this one won.
Yes. But it was neck and neck.
It was.
It was really.
It was.
It was quite exciting watching it.
It was changing very quickly.
But yeah, so we've finally managed to spin some of it up.
And here it is. Donna's got it.
It's
Very
a very
nice.
beautiful kind of berry purple. We thought it would be more red, but actually it's
Yeah.
just a very beautiful dark purple.
It's lovely.
But with a little bit of shine
Gorgeous.
and a little bit of red that you can see.
Yeah, there
And
is red
it's
there.
so soft and luxurious, isn't
Yeah,
it?
so it's
like
80% merino, 10% alpaca, and 10% silk. So
beautiful.
similar to the Alpaca Supreme, but not quite the same blend. But it is done to the same spec as the Alpaca Supreme. So it's a 300 gram, 300 meters even,
Yeah.
100
Yeah.
grams. So yeah, sport weight, but would work for a lot of 4-ply.
yeah.
Yeah, it's very lovely. It's so soft.
It's so
Everyone's just been
soft.
stroking it a lot. Yeah.
And it's quite similar to our new Harvest Hues Elder. It's a really
it's a lovely-
dark, kind of warm, pinky
sort of-
purple shade.
Like if Knit by Numbers Grape had an even darker shade in it. It's
It
sort
would be
of
that.
yeah.
But we thought we'd
Okay.
tell you what we're scheming of knitting, because of course whenever there's a special, we always...
Yeah, you don't actually get to buy a lot of it because most of it's been snaffled.
It is like that sometimes.
It is, and it is very lovely.
But yeah, Donna's thinking of making a nice big shawl.
Yes, big shawl. We've called it Dark Matter, and there's a lovely shawl come out by Cheryl Faust called Dark Batter.
Well, you have to.
And it's mosaic knitting, and I've just got to work out which is going to be the paler contrast. We've got very nice Morganite here in the Alpaca Supreme.
If you want to stay with the silky silkies.
That would work really lovely. Or I've got Ordinary Joe here in our Yarnadelic Sport, so which would probably be quite, because there's a nice contrast in the shawl. You need that with the mosaic knitting. But yes,
Have a little bit of texture contrast
it will.
as well.
Yeah, I think
But
that
still
could
super
probably
soft.
work. Yeah, very
would be
nice.
lovely.
Beautiful.
Yep, so that's mine.
What are you going to do, Sonia?
I think I might just make like a really plain cowl, because it's so soft, like a sort of just round in a circle, shove it over your head, everyday affair. But what I really want to do is try and do a bit of spinning.
Which one?
I know, well,
They're all
all of
lovely.
them
You like
that
together
one,
if
don't
it's
you?
spinning. I love this one, but I think
It's got coppery browns in it, your
these
favourite.
two together
Ooh.
would
They would be lovely.
gorgeous. but I've never tried to spin anything with silk in. So
A new experiment.
I know.
You'll have to get Bex to tell you what to do.
Just see just how slubby it is. I can then bring it in and you can all laugh at me. I do enjoy the spinning, but I'm not as disciplined with it as one would need to be to actually improve. So
Nice to see it though, won't
but
it?
it'll
See
be
how
really
they all.
nice to see.
Yeah.
And it's so sort of tactile, isn't it? So yeah, I think the spin.
Yes,
What are
lovely.
your thoughts for it, Hells?
Well, when we did a silky one last year, the Coleoptera, I used the pinky purple one of that to make a Musselburgh hat by Isolde. And I really like that, so I'm very tempted to just make another, basically the exact same thing in an ever so slightly different purple.
Yeah. I mean,
It'd be lovely.
you know, I've got 4 pink vests.
Yeah.
You've got 4 pink hats. Why not?
Yeah.
Get another one.
I was also thinking, I think I've definitely got a little bit of like mohairy fluff that's in a very dark purple, so I was thinking like, I could either do that in a hat or maybe find something that uses them both in like a little shawl or something.
Yeah, that
like,
would be
Yeah.
pretty.
maybe like a
wouldn't
little Sophie scarf,
Yeah.
something like that. But yeah.
It's such a wearable colour,
It
though,
is.
isn't it? And
It's
it's
lovely.
so soft. So I think you do want it in quite an intimate, like either around your
Yeah.
neck or your forehead, something like that. Or you could make really lovely, like, hand warmers, couldn't you?
Yeah,
Little.
be very nice as a
Or
some
just
little tiny gloves.
take it home and stroke it, really.
Put
That's-
some
that's
googly eyes on it.
realistically, that's what we're all going
yeah,
to
we'll
do.
just cuddle it.
Have it as a little pet. A bit of googly eyes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Feed it? What would you feed it?
I don't know.
Some Yarnadelic.
Yeah.
That's the joy of having yarn as a pet, I guess. It doesn't
Yeah.
need feeding.
No. Just snuggle with it. So look after it.
So it's on the website now, and the tops we do have all 4 colours.
But the yarn is just the
Just
one
this
that
one.
won the competition.
Just the one that won the competition. And thank you to everyone who helped vote in the competition. I think you picked very wisely.
Yes. Yeah.
I think they'd have all made lovely yarn, but we have a problem where we go, oh, isn't that lovely? And then we make all of them
Yeah.
and we didn't mean to. So we thought this time, let's take it out of our hands
Yeah.
and let somebody else choose.
We're not responsible enough.
No, I know. It does always end up like that.
It does. We'll
We're
just have
supposed to
everything.
just make one, and then all of a sudden there's 10 different colours.
Yeah. Which is lovely.
It's great. Yeah, so thank you for picking and voting, and we hope you like the end results.
Yeah, it's lovely. Well done, everyone.
So we've got something very exciting.
We do.
Yeah.
We do. It's a lovely picture.
Exciting to us, anyway.
Yeah,
It
exciting.
is.
to
Well,
us.
we love it.
It's something we've been trying to do for, I think, probably a year. But we finally achieved
done
it. We've made a puzzle.
So exciting!
John Arvin Textiles puzzle.
It took us a very long time because we were trying to find a very good quality puzzle.
Yeah.
Yes.
And we have found one.
It's lovely.
And it was
It
made
is
in the
really
UK.
good.
Yeah, exactly. That's why it took so long, because we do a lot of puzzles ourselves, so we're puzzle snobs. So we wanted it to be one of those puzzles where, like, you know the bits in.
Yeah.
And it doesn't break when you take them apart.
Yes.
Yeah.
So,
And we also wanted it to be made in the UK. So there was a lot of research.
Sonia did a lot of testing.
I did some testing.
Hard work, wasn't it? Not.
It was, definitely the worst bit of my job in the
Yeah,
last year.
having to
The
do
most
puzzles.
arduous.
Oh.
And
So
then
awful.
finally, I think Bex finally managed to find out a puzzle company. Apparently she got in there on the Reddit threads.
Oh, that's a good idea. Reddit is the font of all knowledge, isn't it? Definitely.
Exactly. Mining the puzzle archives.
Right.
So yes, we've made this one. And we chose to do Katie Green's lovely comic illustration from Annual 3, which has all of the sheep in the mill. And you get to try and guess which one of the sheep is which one of the millfolk. Because we did all pose for them.
We did.
But
Yeah.
can't necessarily tell who's who.
I don't think. We were even struggling the other day, actually.
Yeah.
Is that me?
But yes,
Is that
all
you?
the fun different things that we get up to.
I'm on the ladder.
Donna.
That's
Yeah.
me.
Because you wear up on the ladder.
Yeah.
But yes, all the fun different things we get to do in the mill.
Yeah.
One of which is drinking tea. Very important.
Supervising, I think we call that.
Yeah,
That's your
definitely.
job.
Have you got any cake on there? I don't know whether
I
any
don't
cake,
know.
I don't think cake made it. We
Cake's
eat a lot of cake
Cake's
as well.
not allowed in the mill, though. You have to
True.
eat the cake.
There's
in
also
the
someone just
bathroom.
shopping.
Yeah.
Don't know
Oh.
who that one was. Probably Sonia, yes. But yes, all the different bits of things we do in the mill, but the sheep are doing it in their dungas.
And
Of course.
it is based on Katie's annual illustration, but it's ever so slightly different.
Just to
'cause
make it all fit.
Katie very kindly, the thing with a puzzle is you need it to be very full of stuff, or it's quite a challenge. So Katie very kindly kind of rejigged it all a bit and added lots of extra sheep and kind
Yeah.
of closed all the gaps. So we've properly kind of thought about it as a puzzle, and I believe that there will be no bits with nothing on them.
That's
All the
very
bits
good.
have got at least a
And-
bit of something on them.
The box doesn't show you the full thing, but there is an insert which has the full picture on it. So you do
Yeah.
get to see every part of it, but it's just the box and the puzzle are not the same size. What can you do?
No.
It's 1,000 pieces. So we again had a lot of debate over how many pieces is the correct amount, and ended up in the middle at 1,000.
Yeah, you
It's
got
the perfect
outvoted
size.
Yeah.
with your 500.
I like 500. You can do them in one day.
But maybe let us know in the comments if you're a keen puzzler whether you prefer 1,000 or 500
Or 2,000.
or 2,000.
Somebody
three.
did suggest that, and we all went no.
3,000.
3,000.
Do they
Too many.
make those?
I found one the other day. I think it was about 48,000 pieces, which
Too many.
That's
yeah,
like the
huge.
size of like I don't know.
We've got a big dining table, and I think it would fit on there.
Just
It was
about.
enormous.
Wow. I'd have to do it on
Yeah.
my floor, but like
Yeah.
most of my rooms wouldn't even accommodate that probably.
No, 1,000's a good number, I think.
It's
Definitely.
Keep you busy while we're still waiting for proper spring weather to appear.
Yeah, this is the time
Maybe
of year
one day.
that's
Stay in and do a
still
puzzle.
good puzzling time. And yeah, we're all avid puzzlers. I think we feel like there's a lot of crossover between puzzlers and crafters, but let us know.
Staying inside, being nice and warm, and
Cozy and
doing a fun little thing.
Yeah.
Exactly.
But yeah.
Exactly.
So those are our puzzles.
Hello, who's in there?
Hello.
Oh, hi, Laura.
It's me. Hello. If you've not seen me before, I'm Laura from John Arban Textiles. I work in the production section of the mill. You might have seen me on various other videos about machines. I'm usually talking about a machine and how it works and what it does. But you might be wondering, how do we know that all of our yarn is exactly the right thickness so that all your skeins are just right? And we do that in this exciting little shed within a building.
In the shed with the manager's office
Yes.
sign on it, which John put up, I think, once
Yeah.
many moons ago.
Just sort of, it's a nice little quiet little space, and
Yeah.
it keeps the dust off things in here basically.
Yeah. The other exciting thing about the shed is
Yeah.
it's where the ice cream lives in the summer.
Oh yes, this is our freezer. This is very important on hot days in the mill. So every time we spin something, even if we've spun it multiple times before, we'll always check it before we start fully spinning it. So we'll run the spinner for 10 minutes and make up a little testy cone like this. So it goes onto the tube on the spinner, and then we run it onto the cone here,
Amazing.
so that we can test it. So here's some previous ones that have been done today, the last couple of days. And we bring it over to this delightful vintage item here. It's one of the prettiest vintage things in the mill. And what we do is run off from the cone basically a little mini skein, and from that we can work out what thickness the yarn is very specifically. So I need it to wind off 80 yards, so I'm just going to finish winding this one so you can see it in action. Here we go.
Do, do, do.
There we go, ding. Whoops, I went a bit far. So we got that on, and I would tie it off. In fact, it ran out a bit early. There we go. So luckily there's one I prepared earlier. So here's our skein. Whoop.
And that looks familiar.
Yeah, this is the Dark Matter Special.
Hey.
Yay! So I've got this teeny mini skein, and I know that it's exactly 80 yards long. So from that, I'm going to wind it up into a little skein. I need to know how much that 80 yards weighs, and from that, with a little bit of clever calculation, I can work out if I've spun it to the right thickness. So I'll pop my teeny mini skein onto my scales, and it is 7.65 grams. And then we do a little jiggery pokery maths so that we can convert the yards to meters and the grams to kilograms. And what we're looking for is what we call our new metrics count. This is one of many ways of measuring your thickness of your yarn, but what it means for us is if for this one I'm looking for a single 10 new metric count, and that means if I have a kilo of this single ply, it will go 10 kilometres. If I hold one end,
so far.
It is.
It's so far.
And that's quite a thin yarn for a single ply, I should say, for us. Our thickest one is a single 5, and that time your 1 kilogram will now only go 5 kilometres.
It's still quite far.
It is quite far.
And what would a lace weight be then,
So
Laura?
our finest single ply that we spin here is a single 12. So then your kilogram would go 12 kilometres away.
Wow.
So it's really, really long because it's thin. So the weight and the length are sort of completely intertwined, and that's what gives you your thickness. And then later on they get plied, so they can be plied into 2, 3 or 4 plies together of this single ply. But what I need to know now is whether I'm spinning this to the correct weight. So I've got my grammage, and I won't bore you with the details.
It's maths time.
It's maths. I'm going to do my little maths conversion, and I get a number of 9.56. But I want to make a single 10, so I'm a little bit off. So I spun it on a gear that I thought, oh, that'll draft it about right. Then I do the test, and then I can actually correct it to be perfect. So I'm going to change that by 2 gears to get it to as close as I can to a 10. And there we go. We've got our yarn ready to spin.
Amazing.
We can also test in here. This is what fell over earlier. The twist of the single ply and the yarn, the same gadget does both things. So this is our twist tester. Actually looks quite sort of 60s, 70s, this one. It's pretty cool. So
let's come in and have a little proper inspect, shall we?
This is a completely different colour. This is from the Appledore range. And we're just going to test what the twist per inch is of this. So we test it across a 10-inch gap, and then obviously that gives you, if you divide by 10, your twist per inch. And again, we use that so that we always get a nice balanced yarn for you to knit with. You don't want it sort of curling up on itself or being too loose.
No, those would be sad.
Do you want to see it in action?
Yes, please. Let me just back off.
Yeah, so I've got my arm space. So we need it like just perfectly tensioned across this gap. And then I spin away. So I'm undoing the Z twist.
You're taking the twist out.
Yeah. And then I can see. So now hopefully, if you come and look at this, I've undone the twist here. So you can see the fibres just going straight rather than just over here. They're twisted. This is straight. I don't know if you can see that close.
I think just about.
Yeah. And when we untwist it enough to see that the fibres are just going straight, they're not twisting at all, we can then look at this and go, 45, and we divide it by 10 because of the 10 inches, and that's a 4.5. I don't know if that's right for this yarn because it's not my yarn. And then we can do the same for plied yarn. So the girls upstairs will do that every time they make something. They'll do a little test ply and they'll bring it down here, undo the S twist until the plies are just running straight and they're not twisting, and that tells them that they've got the right twist for the yarn upstairs.
And that's, so everything in this shed helps us make the same yarn every time. So
exactly.
If you bought Yarnadelic 3 years ago and then you decide you want to knit it and you want an extra skein as a contrast colour, you can buy more Yarnadelic and it'll be the same thing.
It'll be the same. Yeah.
It's very
so there's
clever.
no fancy computers doing this for us, or lasers like you get in modern factories and mills, like measuring it as it comes through. It's literally me and Jack and Martha and Daisy popping in here, winding our little skeins and going, yep, that's right, or ooh, not quite right, go and adjust the gears and make it just right.
And the reason it's different is because the fibre might come in from the dye house, slightly different thicknesses and stuff. So is that why?
Well, we adjust it, so when it arrives here, it comes in these big balls called bumps, and it can be anywhere between like 17 to 23 grams per metre, and that's a really big difference. So we don't want it like that, we want it all the same. So we run it through a machine and draft it down to the weight we want, which is usually 16 grams per metre. But you know, it's wool, it's a natural thing, it's not going to be perfectly the same every time. It's going through gill boxes and going through different machines. So each time it might just be slightly different. But we know what it sort of should be, and we can work towards that very easily.
Wonderful. Well, thank you so much, Laura. I feel like probably lots of folks at home won't have ever thought about this, but now we'll be like, oh, yes, that is how that works.
And you'll look at your skein and you can unwind your plies and go, oh, look, there's 3, and now they're in a straight line, and now they're twisted.
Yeah, that's cool.
I do that.
Twists per inch.
Yeah, exactly.
Perfect. Well, thanks so much, and cheers for showing us. And thank you for making such lovely dark matter as well.
Oh, yes, my pleasure.
See you soon.
Bye.
So our open weekend is coming up again, coming around really soon. And
not long.
in January we put the tickets up, so you can come along and come to one of our things that are ticketed.
Yeah.
Or you could just come along and not come to one of the things.
Exactly.
But
Yeah.
Come and squish some yarn
Squish some yarn.
and
Eat
buy
some
some
cake.
maybe.
Have a little tour of the mill. That's a must, I think.
those often do book up quick, so
Yeah,
you
Some
definitely
of
want to get a
them-
ticket for that one.
I think a couple of
you've
them
not
are
been.
already sold out.
Yeah.
But we've put on tons and tons of tours, so
Yeah.
but it's really nice, informative, and it's nice getting to meet all the machines that make the yarn, learn about the process.
And some of the people that work those machines.
Yes.
Yeah.
Lauren, Daisy and Phil and Martha.
Yeah. We've also got some talks.
We do.
Yeah.
We're doing one, in theory. We'll write it eventually.
Yeah, we need to figure it out properly, but we are doing one.
That's about how we design our colours. So,
And it'll be with a main focus on Yarnadelic, so it's really about how we get those like blendy shades. So that should be good fun. Yeah.
And we've also got a natural dyeing talk from Kerry of Ginger Pink Yarns, who is also a sort of local West Country hand dyer.
Yeah.
That we just had a special with.
We did just have a special.
We did.
With her.
She's very lovely, so she's coming to do a talk. And who else is doing a talk?
We've also got Bex and Amanda, who are
doing
two
spinning.
very expert spinners. Exactly.
They're doing a Q&A, so
Yeah.
you can come with all of your very complicated spinning questions and ask them.
They should have an
Ask them
answer for
about
everything. shouldn't they?
Drafting and TPI and all sorts.
Yeah. They're also both teaching classes this year. So Bex is doing her class that she did for the virtual open weekend last year about how you can take the tops and prepare them in different ways to get different effects, which was really popular as a virtual class. So this time she's doing it in person, which will be fun.
Yeah, that was definitely our most popular class at the open weekend last year. So.
And Amanda is doing her introduction to drop spindle class again, which she did at last year's open weekend, but was completely oversubscribed. So we're doing it again. So yeah, so those are a couple of the classes, and then we've got one more talk with Marina Skewer, who is talking about a sort of soil to soil idea of, you know, you've got the sheep that are local, and then you spin the yarn and you dye the yarn and weave it or knit it or crochet it, and then
clothes.
so
And then you wear the clothes, and then when the clothes are no longer when
you put them in the compost.
when they can no longer be darned, you just compost them again. Exactly. So it's about like really kind of thinking sustainably and trying to
circular
be
fashion.
local. That's the phrase. You found it.
But yeah, so that's our other talk, and then if you are wanting to learn how to darn before you have to compost your hand knits, we also have Molly from Darn Good Studio doing her class that she did last year again, because again that one was really popular, so she's coming back to teach that one again.
I want to take that one day. I'll do a course. You were saying you want to do the spinning one. Was
The steak.
That's the other one.
Yeah, it's scary.
Alex Bird is coming back, but this year she's teaching you steeking.
Yeah.
Last year she did Ruzabina.
Yeah.
This year we've gone up one level, steeking.
Steeking is scary.
It is scary.
Have
The
you
idea.
ever steeked,
No,
Donna?
no, it's scary thinking about cutting knitting. It's like it doesn't go.
This is to make sure you're less scared.
Yeah.
So anyone who wants to be shown how to do it and not be scared anymore, Alex is going to be teaching that.
Yeah.
I mean, it is. I've done it once or twice, and it feels terrifying.
Yeah.
But as long as you don't have superwash yarn, it kind of magically does.
It does do
does
it. Yeah, I was going to
stay.
say, it's all about the right yarn, isn't it, really?
Like, you know, when you get a ladder in your tights and the ladder just goes up and down, but it doesn't go sideways. So, but yeah.
So those are all of the classes and talks that we've got. If you want to find some more information, have a look on our website. You can book all of the tickets online for all of those. But yes, of course, if you do just want to come along, say hello, show us what you've been making.
We love seeing what
Squish the
definitely.
yarns and tops.
Definitely bring a project.
It's free to attend the actual event across the 2 days, the Saturday and the Sunday. So please do come along and join us. We'll have some spinners demonstrating as well, so you can have a look and see what people are spinning up.
Yeah, because we'll have our tops and our yarn there.
And
so.
we've got 4 vendors joining us.
do.
We've got Katie of the Jigsaw is joining us again. And also Lucy from Exmoor Uncommon, which is a local shop in Lynmouth, she sells all sorts of really beautiful things made by lots of local makers and like other like UK small crafty businesses.
That's what's so nice about her shop is it is actually things that have been handmade by local
There's
artists.
lots of art and ceramics and like jewellery and other lovely things. So
It's
her
very
stand is always
dangerous,
lovely.
her stand.
It is. I think we all ran off and spent quite a bit last year, didn't we?
Well, especially because if you're there for the whole open weekend, you're like looking and pondering and then...
And we had to quit 10 minutes. Quick, let's go buy some stuff. Yeah, that's
And
lovely.
then Beth of Telling Yarns is coming back with her beautiful hand-dyed yarns to show us. And then new this year, who's not been before, is Grace from Beyond Measure, who has all sorts of beautiful like notions and other little bits for crafters.
Again, very...
We'll be spending all our money there.
You will. When you have a mill or you work at a mill, it's hard to justify a yarn purchase, but justifying scissors and pottery and, you know, beautiful
Nice
prints.
So hopefully you'll all like to come and see their stands too. But
Definitely.
there's more information about all of this if you have a look on our website under Mill Open Weekend tab.
And if you don't find the info you're after, you can always just either give us a ring or send us an email as well. We're definitely happy to kind of answer any questions you might have. And yeah, so just ask away. It'll just be us 3 on the other end of the phone.
Yeah, we're there.
Emails, so we're not scary.
No, we're lovely.
Mostly.
Yeah. Well, we hope that you love all the new things that we've shown you today. The puzzles are really exciting. Sonia is actually in the middle of doing one at the moment, aren't you? So that's really good. And we hope that you love our yarn and that you're really pleased that you chose the Andromeda.
Yeah.
It's lovely.
It is gorgeous.
Yeah. Until next time, when, very excitingly, we have a yarn range to show you.
Very exciting.
Yes.
Very
yeah,
exciting.
We're looking forward to this one.
Definitely. And it's been a couple of months since we were last in touch, so do let us know in the comments what you've been up to, what you've been knitting.
What you might make with the Andromeda.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah. How many pieces you like in your puzzle?
Very
Whether
important.
it's 45,000 or 6. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, I like those 4 ones, you know, like the kids do.
Exactly.
Yeah, they're quite nice actually.
They're nice and chill.
They are.
Perfect. Well, thanks so much for watching, and we hope you have a lovely weekend. And
See you soon.
see you soon.
Bye.